So Game of Thrones Season 8 is in full swing, and there's not going to be any spoilers in this video. And the reason there's not going to be any spoilers in this video is because I have never watched an episode of Game of Thrones ever. And in this short video, I want to explain why that's the case and why you might not want to start either. Now, I don't simply not watch Game of Thrones because it has morally problematic content within it. Most shows and stories have morally problematic content. The Bible has morally problematic content. If we were to never expose ourselves to morally problematic content, we shouldn't be reading the Bible. You know, you shouldn't have watched The Passion of Christ, which contained the greatest evil human creatures have ever committed, namely the torture and the death of the Son of God. So why don't I watch it? Well, I don't watch it, and this isn't going to bloody surprise you, I suppose, because it contains pornography. Now, notice I said it contains pornography, not that it is pornography. Sometimes people say it is pornography, and I think they say that for perhaps some shock value, but I think there is a distinction. Porn is material which depicts erotic behavior that is intended to sexually arouse and perhaps lead to masturbation. I reckon for sure Game of Thrones contains that, but that's not all that it is. People assure me that it's a fantastic story, very sophisticated, very riveting, so I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that there are tremendous elements of the show. I just know for me, as somebody who has looked at pornography in the past and has been hooked on it, this is not something I want to open up. This is the possibility of going down that road again is something that I think every prudent person has to guard themselves against. Right, especially if this has been something that you've dealt with in the past. So for that reason, I will not watch Game of Thrones. People might say, it's not bloody pornography. Well, if it's not pornography, why do some of the top pornographic websites contain Game of Thrones clips? It absolutely bloody contains pornography. But you know, I think there might be another reason you might decide not to watch, because I know everybody's talking about it right now. You might think, well, maybe I'll get into this series. You know, if you were to start from episode 1 and watch all the way through episode 8, I just looked it up. It's going to take you around 3 days non-stop if you were to do that. And you think, what could you do with that time? You might be able to read a book that doesn't contain porn, you know? Crime and Punishment or Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or something more beautiful. You know, and this doesn't just pertain to things like Game of Thrones. I think there are a lot of shows out there that people are telling me to watch, and I think to myself, I've got 4 beautiful kids. I want to see them grow up. I don't want to waste my life sitting on a couch just watching show after show after show. Now, that's not to say that we shouldn't watch shows and it can't be a very beautiful and meaningful thing. I know that it can, but it is another thing to consider. So that's all I got to say on it. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section, and be sure to subscribe and click that bell button so you get more content here on my channel. Thanks.